and it's just a couple miles north of me, tracking pretty much straight east. Mike?
John, your vantage point there really cleared up. You can still see kind of a barrel shape, more of a barrel-shaped tornado now, still violent, still large, kind of going back towards a barrel and a wedge. This tornado will still just wipe stuff clean as it passes over, and it is on the eastern sides of Carney right now, clearly visible with really high velocity. We're showing a bunch of 130 to 150 mile an hour winds on the Doppler radar on the eastern sides of Carney, and the winds inside the vortex are stronger than that. So it's likely still an F4, and I think it's fair to say that the southern and eastern sides of Carney have been hit by this tornado. The power flashes were likely when it was crossing US 177. You saw those, and now it is heading up toward Tryon and Avery. Little town of Avery and Agra and Tryon is where it is heading right now. If we have either Mark Dillard or Reed Timmer, we can go to them. Also, who is that? Is that Emily? Emily Sutton, are you there?
Yes, I am, Mike.
Let's go with an update now for the South Metro, Emily. We're getting quite a few reports of wall clouds now east of Blanchard and north of Cole, and I've got a pretty significant spinning circulation just south of Highway 9, west of Riverwind Casino.
Yes, Mike, that's right. We are we're trying to get out of the hail, so we're about to head east on Highway 9, and we are tracking the lowering. We noticed a very low lowering earlier, and definitely a lot of indication of inflow. We even got pinged with some hail ahead of the storm. So, folks in Norman, be prepared for the potential of some very large hail, and we're going to watch closely for the rotation of this system. Mike?
Okay, Emily, let's go to the South Doppler. She is tracking this. Take a look. This is a well-organized supercell. And here's Norman right here, and the area spin. You can see the little curly Q right there. Just south of our Doppler site there in South Newcastle. There's Highway 9 right there. Emily is making the turn right now on Highway 9 from I-35, so she's looking right at it. She's in South Norman. No tornado warning as of this moment in time. However, there could be one really at any time with this circulation that is deep and large northwest of Cole, west-northwest of Goldsby, and west-southwest of Norman. It is heading directly into Norman, right down Highway 9, directly into the Riverwind Casino. Let's go back to Emily Sutton here with a live update. Emily?
Mike, that's correct. We are still tracking this storm. I'm driving the opposite direction, but behind me I can tell you there's definitely a lowering. I know there's lots of hail with it. We were trying to stay out of it. We at least had some small hail pinging ahead of the storm, but the storm definitely still has some structure to it. And so folks in Norman need to be careful, need to cover up your car, protect your property from the potential of a large hail. And we know you are watching very closely the radar, Mike, to make sure the latest on rotation. Okay, back to you.
Emily, appreciate that. Tell us again your location right now where you are.
We're on Highway 9, and we just passed McGee Drive.
Okay, McGee Drive and Highway 9. We're going to go ahead and kind of focus here on Norman. That is Emily Sutton. Looking at that storm coming into Norman right now. Let's go to the warnings that we have. A large tornado has just moved through parts of Carney. We know that for a fact, and it is still on the ground southwest of Agra, northwest of Chandler. It is still large and on the ground. One tornado warning for Oklahoma. One warning, tornado warning. That is Lincoln County. Only Lincoln County, just one. And that's the one right now that is northwest of Chandler that has been a large, violent, long-tracked, up to a mile-wide multi-vortex tornado. Now, down south, southern Oklahoma County, eastern Oklahoma County, there is a storm there. It does not have significant rotation with it. It does have some hail. There's some large hail, though, coming into Norman, as Emily just mentioned. So Cleveland, McLean County, far eastern Grady County, all under severe thunderstorm warnings. A tornado just tracked across the Kansas-Oklahoma border down by South Haven, Kansas, but it is up in Kansas and is no longer a threat to Oklahoma. And there have been tornadoes in the Wichita, Kansas area this afternoon as well. Let's go to the storm scanner, take a look at the overview. So here's the Norman supercell with a big, deep mesocyclone just south of Newcastle. And here's the storm that's going up toward Luther that does not have significant rotation with it. And then here's the massive hook and supercell that is just on the eastern side of Carney. That is a large debris ball, I would say likely from debris that's been picked up from around Carney. By looking at right there, that is likely a debris ball from Carney, picking up debris in Carney. I think the winds in this tornado are over 200 miles per hour. It is still on the ground, still very, very large. Let's go back to John Welsh and Bob Moore Chopper 4. He's on that that storm. John?
I'm showing about 17 minutes, but I got to dodge this next storm, so I got to come a little farther to the north before I come south.
Talk to us here. Talk to us here for a minute from Bob Moore Chopper 4. What do you got? Go ahead, John. You're on. Who's that? Let's go back to Emily and Kevin Josephine. Let's go back to Emily Sutton and Kevin Josephine. Let's go back to Emily Sutton. We see your wall cloud there, Emily. Tell us what you got.
Yes. There we go. Now we're finally faced the other way. We're just going to go to I-35, and that's the way we'll follow it north for you. But it's about to move into Edmond, and you can see the actual lowering of this. We definitely noticed some distinct inflow earlier, and it definitely could have a lot of large hail with it. So, Norman, prepare for the potential of some very large hail. Again, we're located near McGee Drive on Highway 9, heading towards I-35, and the core of this is about to head that direction. So we're keeping a close eye on it for you now, not seeing anything in terms of a funnel or anything like that, but definitely some strong inflow, a big lowering, and we're keeping a close eye on it. Mike?
Tornado warning coming out for Norman. Tornado warning coming out for Norman. We've been telling you about the circulation on this. It's been serious. Tornado warning now coming out for Norman. Emily Sutton is right on it right now, looking at it. There it is right there. This is a tornado warning now for Norman, Cleveland, McLean counties, and folks, the circulation is heading right for Norman right now. Emily, what do you got?
Mike, yep, we are still looking at the area of concern, the lowering, the possible lowering. We are located near I-35 and Highway 9. I'm going to go ahead and pull off safely here so that we can get a better look. And, yeah, this could have some very large hail. I'm not seeing anything in terms of a funnel or anything yet, but we are definitely seeing this lowering. I'm sure it's picking up on my screen right now. It's still a little fuzzy. It's not completely has its act together, but it is definitely heading towards Norman, and folks need to be ready to take cover.